don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
When things look bad, it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. We have a match tonight on the one-loss side between Albinario from Sweden and Nikk from Bulgaria. We had the match last night between Cobra and Larry. I wondered after his last match whether he'd peaked too soon as far as Cobra goes, but clearly I was wrong, because he was just as good and lethal last night. And Larry will tell you himself, he got a proper doing at the end of it. I think it was 19-7 to Cobra, and Larry did well to get 7 racks out of it, but Larry made mistakes and they were costly all around, and so Larry's headed over to the one-loss side. We've had a match scheduled between Semi-Pro and Stubb on the one-loss side. That was done earlier on this afternoon. Stubb sent me a message. Semi-Pro sent the proposal, and it's for, I think, 9:15 at night on April the 1st, which I think is Saturday. Now, the problem with that, of course, is I'm working Sunday, so I won't be able to get it. And here's hoping that One Pocket Slim's around to catch it. I'll be able to see the start of the match, but I won't be able to see the end of it. I've got to get to bed. I don't know whether Steve's going to be here. He couldn't make it last night. He hasn't said anything to me so far prior to this stream starting, so we'll just wing it in the meantime until he either shows up or not. Welcome to Cobra. Well done last night. Oh, you and Slim on Sunday. Well, that would be good. Now, having a look at the chat in the lobby, if I can see it through my own little chat overlay that I've got, I don't see Albie here yet. Now, Nick's been in getting practice, and well, let's hope for Albie's sake it doesn't backfire on him. Now, I'm going to jump off the fence here and go for a 13-11 win to Nikk, because Albinario has not been playing at the level that he needs to play to win this yet. He's still got time, but it has to start tonight. And unfortunately for Albie, he's up against a guy who we don't really know what he's capable of. We've seen how consistent he can be, and how well he's been playing in the one-loss side. So this is Nick's big test since the match he had with Semi-Pro, who put him to the one-loss side. Only by 3 racks, I think it was. So this could run very close. It could even go to one of these crazy finishes again. I hope it does. But I hope it isn't bad luck that decides the result. Now, Stubb seems to be coming good at the right time for him, because he played well against Bill the other night as well. So Stubb's in there, and you know, there's a chance we could have a cracking final to this tournament if everybody hits their peak at the right time. But Albinario is a bit of a mystery at the moment, because he's not on the best of form for the way he plays, but he can come good anytime. First thing he's got to do, though, is show up, and he isn't in the lobby yet. Let me have a look. Now I'm just going to do a quick tab. Out. I'm broadcasting on 720. I'm going to have a quick look in Discord. I'll have one more look. There's no sign of Steve there yet. And we will get ourselves set. So Albinario from Sweden, Nikk from Bulgaria, formerly known as Nikk Sana, amongst other names that he had when he was in VP3. But he has quite clearly, most definitely been playing offline. There's no way he can come to VP4 and be as solid as he has been without having the offline version of this game. There's no way. He's just too bloody good. So thanks to everybody for joining us. How many have we got? I think we've got 7 in total, so that'll probably pick up as we go along. I'm definitely connected to Twitch. I'm definitely connected to YouTube as far as the chat overlay goes, so everything that you type will come up on the screen. And we have got about 1 minute or more before this room goes up. And once again, and I'm sure I'm not scrolling past him, but I do not see Albinario. And there's no message to say he's arrived in the lobby yet, so hang on a minute. Nick's sending me a message. Wait a minute. Well, he must be writing his life story here, because this is taking too long. What's he said? Well, that's a great start. And I've just asked him how late is he going to be. Well, this could end up being a disappointment. Just bear with us, we'll get rid of that screen. He'll try to be here. Oh, that... Right, I've just told Nick then he's going to forfeit. Albie's not going to be here in time, and so he'll end up forfeiting. Right, now I'm going to just tab out again, have a quick look and see if Steve's in. Right, hang on, there he is. Steve, I take it you, have you seen any of the chat?
No.
Right, Nick just messaged me, and Albie's told him in a message that he can't be here at the start of the match. And I've asked Nick, how long does he think he's going to be? And Nick said he said he'll be here about 15 minutes, so the match is going to time out. I've told Nick to get into the room.
I'll just reset it.
After it's timed out?
Yeah.
Right, well, let's see what Nick says.
Doesn't matter if Nick's in the room or not, because I'm going to reset it, but...
Wait, hang on. Set the match. Then they'll have to resend proposals, won't they?
Yeah,
right. Hang on.
And play now. That's all.
I'm just filling Nick in because he might not be 100% aware of this sort of setup because he's not been in a big tournament before. So.
Well, I guess I wasn't the only one that was going to be late. I actually made it here on time, which is surprising.
Right. Let's see what Nick says to that. In fact, hang on a minute. He'll be in the room, won't he?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's in the room or not. Well, I'm going to reset it, but once we reset it, he might as well stay there. Once we reset it, they'll send proposals. He can sit in there and practice or do whatever he wants.
Right, he says he's fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great match. I don't know, what are your thoughts on this match, Hugh?
Well, I think Albinario, I've said to the guys, welcome everybody who is there. I've said to the guys that Albi has not, well, you wouldn't say that he's come to any sort of peak in this tournament. He's been under par, but he's been surviving because, he's, even when he's not playing at his best, he's still better than most in this tournament. Problem now is we're down to the nitty gritty where the guys that are left in this tournament can all do him damage. And Nikk is just the guy that can do that if he can take advantage. So I've stuck my neck in the line, and I'm saying 13-11 to Nikk. I'm going with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it'll, the interesting thing about this match is going to be interesting to see how Albin plays, because, he hasn't been his best in this tournament. And, I've seen enough of Nikk that, we know he runs out good, and we know he plays safe pretty well, and that he, he's gonna be a formidable opponent. I haven't seen him enough to play enough to see how he's gonna do with a lot of really bad racks. But everything I've seen so far, I would put him at the level of Albin and Cobra, and maybe better. I mean, I think he's at least that level. We haven't seen him really play a bad match yet.
Well,
and that's the thing that's kind of scary about him is that he hasn't really had a bad match. He didn't play that bad against semi-pro.
Well, the way I see it, the bad news, there's bad news and good news for the guys that play in these big tournaments. The bad news is, this is how good Nikk is at the moment, and we never see him in VP4. He clearly plays offline. And the good news is that he doesn't play here regular enough, and I think if he did, and he played a lot more match play online against these guys, he could only get better. And
Yeah.
I think they'll be thankful for that. They'll be glad to see the back of him out of this tournament, because they're all scared of him, that he's a sort of unknown quantity in some respects. Now, just going back to last night, you could make it for the Cobra match. I mentioned earlier that I thought I was hoping for Cobra's sake that he hadn't peaked in his previous match, but last night he proved that wrong, and he gave Larry an absolute doing, 19 racks to 7, I think it was, and Larry was lucky to get 7.
Yeah. Well, Larry needed to play well and possibly get a little help, and it doesn't sound like he got any help.
No, well, he was an architect in his own downfall as well, in parts, Larry. He did make too many errors. Welcome to TAM. Right, just for any latecomers, we've got a delay in this match. This match is more than likely going to time out. Albinario sent me a message to Nikk saying he's going to be 10-15 minutes late, which is obviously beyond the deadline for the timeout, and Steve's going to reset it. Once Albi appears, the two guys will send a proposal and we'll be off and running. That's the plan, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, Nick's here. Nick's in the room, Chimpy. It's Albin that we're waiting for.
Yeah, Albi's going to be delayed. So,
well, one thing, and I mentioned this before, one thing that I find interesting. So if you look at the queue Nick's breaking with, you can see it right now if you're in the room.
No, I'm not in the room.
Go in the room.
Is he using the cheaper one?
He's using the solar system.
Yeah,
now,
that's...
he has broke very well, and his brake's been very good in these matches. And it makes me wonder if taking a little speed off it might be better. The brakes are funny. I mean, sometimes a little less speed can be good. And, maybe the way these balls are racking, a little less speed is good. With the if you've got the rainbow breaker, trying to take a couple mile an hour off of it, that's probably kind of tricky to do. Mm-hmm. And I had suggested before that some of the players buy a solar system and try it out and see maybe, their brake will be better, because it's easy to go, whatever it is, 2 or 3 miles an hour slower. With this queue, you just go full blast, because I think it's a couple mile an hour slower than the rainbow breaker. Well, it'll be interesting to see how he breaks this match.
Well, I sold mine, Steve, so I won't be testing it. I'll just get the big boom bang bang one. Tam, I have to hold my finger. Did you ever see that Laurel and Hardy film where Stan kept making a buzzing noise because of his tooth, and he had to hold his top lip? Well, I'm having to do that right now, so I can actually say my P's a bit better. Right, well, Albie's arrived at the death.
We didn't have to reset it. That was like...
I mean, that's 30 seconds and he's made it.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, I'm still going to do my intro, so here we go. No.
So, Tommy, just to answer your question, we're probably going to do snooker, and we might do a banks tournament at the same time.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and super admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc.
Oh, hang on a minute. There might be a problem here. Can't we wait with the lag? Now, that's a question.
Yeah, you can wait with the lag. I don't think there's any timeout on the lag.
Well, I'm not going to tell them Steve says there's not any timeout in the lag, because Steve's probably wrong.
Well, there is a chance of that, you know. I mean, a lot of this code I wrote a long time ago. I mean, I wrote all the lag code, and the lag was kind of tricky to do.
Well, at least he's in the room. We'll give him that. He's arrived. Welcome to Spectre. Welcome to Tommy. And we should be off and running soon enough once Albie's either changed his underwear or done whatever. No, it did time out. Right, so Steve did get it wrong. I'm glad I didn't tell him. Well, I did. I said yes. Oh dear.
Well, you know, I might have added a timeout to it because I think we had a problem if somebody disconnected, you were stuck. And I probably fixed it by putting a timeout into it.
Well, now what do we do?
Well, I can reset it.
Well, you're better off messaging one or both of them to explain it.
Yeah, I must have put a timeout on it just because of that. I believe there was a problem when somebody lost connection and the other guy was like locked up and had to quit the match or couldn't get out of it or something.
Welcome, Pop Man.
I'm pretty sure there's not on the break, but I was wrong about the lag. So.
Yeah, now that is a point Nick just said there. He said hopefully there isn't a timeout in the break. I don't think there is. We've never had it.
Well, there isn't a challenge room.
Yeah,
I put it in a challenge room because guys were, you know, complaining about, you know, oh, I can't, that's locked up. And so I put it in a challenge room. I think it's 3 minutes. I don't think it's on a tournament, but, you know, I was just wrong.
And Stubbs set his match with semi-pro for April the 1st. And I told Stubb he would be the April Fool. It's at 9:15 British summertime, so that's obviously too late for me. So hopefully Slim's going to be around to do some streaming of it that way. I can watch it next day.
It'll be a good match.
So we wait to see. Now, Albinario is the type of guy who's probably going to come back here and say, right, just break. He's not going to be that fussy about Nikk breaking, but you know, you never know. I mean, this break could end up in 4 racks.
Yeah, well, I can reset it. I mean, whatever these guys want to do.
So, just to recap, I've called it 13-11 to Nikk. You're going to have to put your predictions in again. I can see more of the chat on my main monitor. Spectre says 13-9 to Albie, and nothing else is there. Everything else has disappeared.
Almost everybody was Albie. Cobra was Albie, 13-10. Somebody was 13-7. I think Matt said Nikk 13-11, but he wants Albie to win.
Oh, is Matt there as well? Good evening to Matt. I missed that. Hairpig says 13-7 to Albie.
Yeah, Hairpig said 13-7 Albie. I would really be surprised if it was that big a difference. I think this is going to be a close match.
I think it could go all the way.
I mean, these guys are both really strong.
Happy Dolo, welcome. He's going 13-11 Albi.
I'm still not really sure how strong Nikk is. He's shown that he's got some kind of safety and moving game. Last match, he's shown he can break and run out a lot. If you got those two things, that means you're going to be pretty good.
Now, Stubb sticks out like a sore thumb in the chat because he's the only one guy that's in a complete world of his own with his chat. He said, Stubb runs 10 racks. Steve Chaplin owes me $100 a game. he's just in a different planet. Oh dear. Welcome to repetition.
Yeah, well, Stubb would be entertaining in a pool room, but Stubb is not the guy you want, the favored guy you want in the pool room. The favored guy you want in the pool room is the guy that gambles like crazy. Let me tell you what, you get a pool room with a couple guys that like to gamble and bet big, it will be the most exciting pool room you've ever seen. Everybody's going to be in there. We had a guy down south of me about an hour. I was going down every week. I was playing him $1,000 rack one pocket, spotting him a huge spot, 12-7 in the first foul. And everybody was coming in down there. I mean, Justin Hall came in. All the road players were coming through. A real famous one pocket player was in there. It was something else. I mean, it's one guy that wants to bet, and it just goes crazy.
Well, I'll do a deal, and I'll make it public. I'll announce it online so they'll get all the witnesses. Steve's here. I'll send Stubb $100 if he runs 10 racks in a row. So I reckon my money's safe. There you go. And the thing is, I'm good for it. I will pay up if you run 10 racks in a row. There you go, Stubb. Live up to that one. Yeah. I've got it. I've got it witnessed here. There's no problem. I'll stand $100. Mind you, you'll need to have a PayPal account in order for that to work. What the hell's Tommy talking about? Stubb, don't. Sorry. Tommy's German, but he's actually talking Stubbish because I have not got a clue what he's talking about here. What the hell's fuchsia poop shape? Was that meant to be a little... Is that meant to be a low... Ah, right, so the emotes come through as text. That's why it's a bit confusing. It looked as if Tommy was on some sort of chemicals there. Whatever the hell he was talking about. Well, it's now, 18 minutes past 7 British summertime, that is. I don't need to worry about going to bed, so I don't care. I'll get tomorrow off again, so I'm fine.
Well, if there is a timeout on the break, it's going to be 10 minutes. I think there's a... Well, what was it?
I love how Steve's got doubts in himself. He hasn't got a clue.
Well, there was a timeout on the match that was 5 minutes, but I think we've already been past that, so it didn't go off.
Right. So we're taking bets. Do we reckon that this rack's going to time out?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing was is the idea was that when you had a shot clock or something that at the break somebody could go take a dump or do whatever, and they wouldn't lose the rack. So I'm not sure.
Right then, let's have a game of I Spy, right? I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with S, right? And it's in this room, so give me your answers.
Hey, Hairpig, when you got 400,000 lines of code, it's hard to remember every single line.
Right, who's coming up with the answers here? Well, this is audience participation we've got here. Something beginning with S for Sierra. What does that say? No.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Cobra's got it. Cobra's got it.
Albin's back. Got to decide.
Now, hang on a minute. Let's see what he says. Now, he says he's back. Lag separately? How do you work that one out?
I don't know.
Now, here's a question, Steve. What if Albi... Oh, no, that won't. What if Albi quits the game and comes back in? Do you think it will reset the lag? No. Do you think it's done and dusted? Nick lags, I get ball in hand and lag. Right, well, I suppose that's a point. That'll be a foul, though, won't it? Well, no, wait a minute. Right. Right, hang on.
They'll be on a foul apiece, although it probably won't matter.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. No, Albinario. What's Albinario saying I can quit?
Well, because if he quits, I can reset the match.
Well, why not do what he did suggest? I mean, that'll work.
Well, because think about this. So you have a foul, now you break and scratch, now you're on 2 fouls.
No, Albinario's went and quit the match and forfeited.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, because
right. Okay.
Who wants to be on 2 fouls right out the gate?
Right, let's do this. My audience is losing the will to live here. I thought we're going to have a good half an hour of that I Spy. Right.
All right, the match has been reset.
Now, somebody, is that you still in that room, Steve? It probably is. Yeah.
No, I'm not in the room.
Well, somebody's fallen asleep in the room, or it's Nick that's still in the room.
No, I don't think Nick's in. There's a spectator. Let me find out who it is, and I'll kick him.
Yeah, they'll drop back in once we're up and running.
Why am I not finding who's in this room? Somebody hung up.
Oh, I'll tell you who it is, Steve. It's Tam. Tam's in the room. Tam's in away mode. Toss him out the room.
Oh, there it is. I didn't look at away mode. Okay.
He's down at the bottom there.
Tam causing trouble.
So there's Tam, came into the stream, goes into the room as well, and then promptly falls asleep.
Well, I tossed him. Why is the room still up and why? Alright. We'll go the other way. Let me,
Console coming into the fray. There we go. Console has arrived, I think. Or is that the room now up?
Oh, that might be the room now up.
Yeah, we've missed the lag. Off we go. Nick and I'll be of lag.
That's funny.
You were about to kill that room again, Steve, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Thank God you said that, Cobra. Right, well, Albie won the lag. So we're all good to go now. And straight away he's come up dry. Now look at this table. I mean, wow.
Well, this is just, you know, he makes the one ball, he's out. And this is one ball. To me, this is an easy shot. I know a lot of guys don't like this shot, but this is just a little draw, a little bit of left English, and you're perfect on the 2, and he's out. Just like that.
Now, does he want to play this with a bit of right here to come in between the 4 and 5? I think I would. Just to get into an open space.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Because you want to have an angle back. You don't want to have to mess with the 8 ball over there.
Yeah, he's hitting. There we go. He's got it now. That'll do.
He hit it?
Oh yeah, he's hit it. Yeah.
Hit it good enough, yeah.
Bit straight though. Now he can he can pinch an angle here if he wants, because he can go tight around the corner.
No, I just draw back and shoot it in the side pocket.
Yeah, come into the gap or into this gap.
No, I draw back and shoot it 4 in the side pocket. He just shot the 2 in.
I think if it went that way, he's in danger of catching the 9.
No, not that way.
He is going forward. Yeah, he is going forward.
Fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Because he could pinch the angle to make it tight around those 2 rails anyway. So
in real life, I'd rather do that because you know the draw shot's a little indeterminate.
But this, I mean, this is exactly, and I keep repeating it and repeating it. This is exactly what you have to do. If you're given a table like this and you can't get out, you ain't winning the tournament.
Well, if I recall, Albin hasn't broken particularly well.
No,
Correct
he
me
hasn't.
if I'm wrong, but if all these guys predicting Albin's going to win against a guy that runs out like Wellwater.
Well, if you look at
it's honestly, I think a lot of the predictions for Albin are because everybody knows Albin really well and Nikk is new.
Well, the stats don't lie, Steve. If you look at the tournament stats, Albie's way down the list of the guys left in the tournament in terms of racks ran and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he's funny on this. I think he'll go forward because I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
If he goes back, then he's going to have a lot of angle on the 7. I think he should go forward, and he's going to go back. Maybe he's going to try to cheat the pocket and get below the side.
Yeah, because he's pretty straight in this. He just pinched a wee bit.
Yeah,
and that's
he cheat the pocket, and he's hit it beautifully. Yeah, and I am a little surprised at how many people said Albin because, especially since he hasn't particularly played well or broken well, and he's playing against a guy that what did he have? 8 breaking runs. One match he had?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on a race it was a race to 13 too, I think. So, yeah, I mean, I think this match will be close, but I don't think Albin is necessarily the favorite. I don't know who is, but I wouldn't say Albin is.
Well, the thing is, Nick's been in a one-loss side for quite a while since semi-pro put him there, so he's had all of his best matches in this one-loss side. I think he's come out dry as well.
Yep, he has, and didn't leave as good a table. You can expect a pretty good safe coming out of this. He'll be on this 4 ball.
Yeah.
Now, this is a part of the game we haven't seen as much in Nikk, things like kicking and stuff. This is not a particularly difficult kick. I would be trying to kick this in, and the reason why is that the cue ball is going to head up table, and the 1 ball, is going to go towards the corner. He's going to try to jump this. This is why I don't like jump cues. But that's what everybody wanted to play.
And And he's come up
He
smelling
didn't
the
make it,
roses.
but he came up good. Well, he's going to get safety there. Let's see. This kind of safe's a little trickier, but I think Albin will pull this off. I mean, he's got the 6 and the 3 and the 9. Basically, he's going to take the 1 ball, 2 rails up towards the 5. He's got a bunch of balls there. He should get safe.
Well, we've now got 23 viewers.
He looks like he's going to go the other side of the 5. He's looking like he's going to. If he hits this straight, he's not going to hit the 5. It's going to go wide of it.
You saying
this that awful easy?
You saying the sound's out of sync again, Cobra? On Twitch, try YouTube and see what you get.
See, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised he hit it that easy.
It's fine here, says Chimpy. Well, Cobra's out of sync then.
So Nick's got a wide open shot here. He can back cut this. It's not any kind of guaranteed shot, but the good thing is all he has to do is make it and let the cue ball run, go 3 rails around for the 2.
Yeah, 2 is wide open.
This is just basically, make this 1 ball with medium pace.
Yeah,
now, granted, this is not a gimme. These kind of long back cuts are not easy.
Cue ball's going to do its thing. I mean, it'll take care of itself. It's all about the pace. And that is beautiful. Yep. And the pace is a bit heavy.
He overhit it. He got away with it. He overhit that. Yeah, he didn't need to hit it that hard, but he got away with it. And the 4 will go by the 7 and go in. Although I'm not sure he can hit it too hard.
Well, he's got to get really good on it to cheat the pocket, but he can cheat it. He definitely can do it. But it's got to be really fine.
Now, I like just rolling this. The only problem is you may not get the angle on the 3 you want. If he gets try to get
if he gets to there, he needs to get to the donut.
That's what he did. He just rolled it,
and he might be able to. He needs to watch he doesn't come into the 9.
Yeah, he can get by the 9. It's a little tricky. This is one of these shots you got to hit with speed and not too much draw.
Is he trying to bump across into the 7 and play the 4 up the table?
Well, he could. He's going to have to hit this real hard if he's playing that. I mean, you can slide this ball over, but you got to wham it because it's pretty straight.
No, he's trying to get
in above it.
Well,
and I think he'll just roll this.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, no, not at all.
You just got to trust his eye line here, and he's got to get to there. He's got to get to the rail just about where the 7 is. And it will still go in dead weight.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a touch below the 7.
No, he's caught it. He's caught it.
And he almost made it off the 8. Well, Albin's got to take advantage of that.
Welcome to Jose. Cobra, are you fixed, Cobra? Well, Albie's got his chance.
And this is what's brutal about Poole, because he played a great shot on the 1 ball, played a good shot on the 2, a very good shot on the 3, caught a little piece of the 7, and all of a sudden he's going to lose. When he did all the hard work for this rack, and he'll end up losing it. And that's what's tough about rotation games.
Just a bit of advice again, guys. I've done it before. I think everybody who's on YouTube or Twitch should just refresh the stream every 15 minutes. Well, Albie's going to be out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting this match to go down to the wire. I don't see anybody running away with it.
Well, I was going to keep that quiet, Jose, but since you mention it now, how about that? I mean, I saw Scotland beat Spain the last time, 40 years ago near enough, when Kenny Dalglish, I think, scored the winner. We beat the Spaniards 2-0 last night. Now that's a shock. Scotland sitting in the top of the group with 6 points from 2 matches. Can't beat that. Now it's downhill all the way from there. You know how we managed to lose things. So I'm not building up any hopes.
We're at 1 apiece now, and Albin breaking.
Yep.
Now, let's see if Albin can break well. I mean, Albin, if Nikk plays well, Albin may need to break well to win this match.
No, there's no option to set 1080 because I'm on 720 pop, man, just to save bandwidth.
Okay, he's got a ball down. I think he's got a shot, and he's got a nice looking table. And I think Albin's out here. I mean, this is a pretty ideal situation here. I mean, this rack looks great, and
well, he's got to get nice on this 2-ball. We've got to watch how he gets to the 2-ball though, because it doesn't go past the 9 into the corner. So
yeah, but he's got enough angle just to bring it back here, just like that.
Perfect.
And he doesn't have to get real good on this 3-ball. It doesn't matter if he's a little on the other side of it because the 4 is hung in the pocket.
So hopefully the stream quality is holding up.
This is a situation where I would avoid bumping the 8-ball, or if you're going to run into it real soft. You just don't want to take a chance of moving a ball on top of another ball.
Yeah, because it would head towards that 5.
Yeah, that's what he did. Just hit that real easy. So I think he'll probably go behind the 9 and 6 to the side rail.
Got to get the spin on it to get over there.
Yeah, that's the natural path. You know, a lot of guys will do crazy stuff like hold this, but this is why Albin plays good straight pull. Is he's running on a natural path. He's running the cue ball down the line. So on the line that cue ball is rolling on towards the 5, it could have stopped a foot back or 2 feet further, and he's still perfect on it. And that's the right way to play pool. Albin probably has an advantage moving the cue ball over Nikk in the sense that Nikk moves the cue ball a little bit more like a 9-ball player, and Albin moves it a little bit more like a guy that's played a lot of straight pull.
So Albie stole the second rack, and it's a break and run in rack number 3 for the lead.
This could potentially be the match between which guy wins this tournament. I mean, both these guys are very capable of winning this whole thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, everybody that's left in it's all capable. Stubbs probably the outsider. Where's the cue ball going?
Ouch.
He's back, boys.
I'd see whether how that cue ball got there, whether it got kicked or whatever, but that looked like that looked unlucky.
Well, we're back to square one because this is wide open and we should be all square.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, it's like unlucky. Now, I mentioned this the other day that the Filipinos, they're playing 10-ball where after the break, the guy coming to the table has 2 choices. He can either push out or he can play safe. So you're not allowed to shoot at balls. So like in that case where Albin got a shitty kick and scratched on the break, the guy coming in with ball in hand could still only play safe or push out.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, what it does is it takes the luck of the break out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and and the break and pull at a high level is huge, and it takes that out.
So when are you adding that into VP4 then?
I'm considering doing it because I'll tell you what it'll do. It'll teach all these guys to play safe.
Chimpy.
You know, when you get in that situation, it's where you have to play safe or push out. Then you know you're doing it all the time, and that's what people need to do. Well, this was unfortunate for Albin, but you know there is some luck in 9-ball. There's no doubt about it.
Two apiece. Yeah, I think, as I said before, XSplit, when it gets its next update, that'll probably fix some of these issues that I've had since installing this version. But I thought I'd run it tonight on 720 and see how it goes.
No, I think in those matches you have a choice, or at least the ones I've seen, and the ones that Sharks is running. I believe you've got the choice of push out or safe. I could be wrong. I haven't watched a lot of them. So,
Well, now here's a little dink. Just he doesn't want to dink too far through and go behind the 4. Something weird could happen here. He's got to be careful. Just got to get the pace right to drop dead in the gap.
this is easy.
Just like
you can't
that.
screw that up.
Well, he's now. Let's have a look.
Well, he just did.
Mm,
You wanted to make sure that you got all the way down, I think. But he's okay. He's going to come back and bump the 9 and 4. You just don't want to hit this too easy because you need the 4 to separate.
that'll do it.
Yep,
That'll
just like
do it.
that.
Well, now he's going to hit the 8.
Well, yeah, he's just going to drag this into the 8. It may bump the 6 a little too, but
yeah, if he goes up top, the 6 will be left on into the corner anyway. You think that the odds on that are fairly likely
if he hits the 8 the right way, it may still bump the 6, but that's fine. You don't really want to hit the 6 first here. And he hit it square, and that's fine. I mean, when you shoot that shot, there's a chance you're going to come out with this, and this is just a speed shot. I mean, he's going to roll us out to the middle of the table. This shot's doable. Go behind. It's natural. Go behind the 9. Let it roll. This is just a touch shot. It's not really a difficult shot, but it's easy to overhit this.
Welcome to Mr. Deanster.
Well, he did not get back past the 9 ball, but he got a little bit lucky there to come out this good on the 7.
Little jab.
Of course, he got a little unlucky in how he came out when he hit the 8. Although I will say that when he ran into the 8, he hit that shot really too hard. I think he needed to hit that a little easier to come out better. But that was not any kind of guaranteed run out rack, and the guy's running it out. I mean, this is what I mean about this guy. This guy's a player. I mean, I think he's one of the top players. I haven't seen him play that much, but everything I've seen indicates that.
And the 3 balls have stayed there. 1 ball goes in, 2 ball is in play, and
that rack did not come apart well. And this is interesting. We'll see what he's going to do here.
He's certainly not getting to the 3.
Well, you've got some choices. I mean, one particularly good choice, I think, is play safe on the 2 right now and use that big cluster of balls to hide the cue ball. You can make this and try to do something, but it's a little tricky. It's a cross-side bank and slide the cue ball down. I'd probably play safe right off the bat off this 2 ball. And here's why. If you don't get the hook, it's still a tough rack. And if you do get the hook...
Why not pot the 2 and come around, miss the 7, come around into the table and then play safe off the 3 and tuck the 3 behind the 6?
Because it's kind of funny here. I mean, you have to hit it to get the cue ball near the 8 ball. See, this is crazy doing this. That's absolutely
it might be crazy, but it sure works.
Things look
wrong button.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it.
All you can say after that is great shot.
I mean, plumb mad dog.
That was supposed to be a replay.
That's a crazy shot to shoot it, to be honest with you.
It was supposed to be a replay. I hit the wrong bloody button. But anyway, you take that.
You know what? But I'll tell you the problem with doing that is because then the next time that comes up, you think I should be shooting at this because it came out so good the time before. But what was the chances that he was going to break that out and get that shot? Well, I mean, it was not good.
Maybe he knows more than we do, Steve. Because I wouldn't have played it.
But I don't think you would have seen a pro pool player play that shot.
Well, he's done it, and he's
he's done it, and I mean, I expect he'll run out. Now that he's done it, he needs to take advantage of it and make sure he gets out.
Now, is he going
This
to
is
brush
this is
through or
just
come back?
no. This is just a soft draw. You don't even need to hit that 9. A real soft draw,
Yeah.
real low on the cue. If it does hit the 9, it'll be very slight. Just
Yeah.
like that. That was hit
Perfect.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the support, Hair Pig, unless you're being sarcastic.
Oh, aye. There's definitely there's definitely a flavour of sarcasm in that comment.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dwight. Well, it's looking good.
Well, I can tell you why a pro wouldn't shoot that shot, because it's too hard to get the line coming into those balls where you can guarantee you're going to get it to break out like that.
No, this is just a little kill shot. Yeah.
You
well
just
dropped.
you probably got a better chance of running into him hooking yourself.
That was well done. He done it his way and got out.
Yeah, well, that's a huge game. I mean,
And he's got a ball in the break. And he's
got a
shot.
And this is pretty reasonable. Get on the 2 ball. I mean, he's
just stunning at the corner around the angles.
Yep. I mean, the worst ball on the table is a 6, and it goes in both pockets. He's just got to get the ball. He's got to get the ball down the end rail pretty close. And
well, the good thing about
if he doesn't, he could go up and down.
Yeah, the 5's handy though. I think no, he didn't want to run into the 5 though.
I don't know if he put outside English on that or it was just the induced English from the collision, but yeah, he didn't want to run into the 5.
Now what's he going to do?
Well, the bank shot is there, although the 5 ball is covering a little of the pocket.
It looks as if he's sending this down to the 6 and 7 and running for cover.
Yeah, well, send that behind the 7 and try to get him on the 4 or 5 ball. I mean, the cue ball speed's going to be a little harder to control than the object ball speed because you got to hit this. I think it's doable. I think he can get him on the 4 or 5. It's a little thin as far as the speed control. He shot the shot.
Oh no, he's got better ideas.
Well, that's actually a really good shot because it's a 2-way shot. If he misses it,
and
he misses it short, rail there. It's coming back on the top rail, and
well,
that's the kind of shot, especially on tight tables, guys will be shooting a lot of those kind of 2-way banks.
Well, here's a tricky one coming up next. Getting on the 5 looks simple enough, but getting on the 5 good enough to come to this 6 is the test.
He should be able to. I mean, anything where he's not going back the other way, that's fine. Now, me personally, I'm always going to the side rail here, and probably with a little kill spin, which means a little bit of left English. Now, a lot of guys have trouble with this and end up coming up short. You can't come up short and leave it too high here, like that.
Yeah.
So now he's going to have to go up and down the table. That's the tendency on that shot, is to not have the balls to take it close enough into the corner and come up on the high side. But I mean, he's probably going to be able to handle this. You just got to make sure you don't end up on top of the 7 here. That's the worst thing about this shot is that, if you pull it back, you could scratch. And if you just go straight up and down, you could be on the 7. So this shot's a little tricky. If you hit it with inside, that's probably the best chance, but it makes the shot harder.
Yeah, he's overcut it. He's actually cut it out the way.
Yeah. And
Well, Albinario's obviously going to take a chunk of the 7 if he's going to go for the cut. I think he's got to go for the cut.
Yeah, he's got to go for the cut. And you just got to figure how you're going to hit that 7 and which direction it's going to go. It looks like he's going to hit it pretty full. He might be double kissing this.
Yeah, that's the danger.
If it doesn't double kiss, it'll probably go down the table towards the other corner. Or actually probably, it looks like it's going to double kiss to me. Just depends on how much of the 6 he takes.
Well, he did get a double kiss, but he's brought it into play. He'll settle for that.
Yeah, and for sure he was going to get it, hitting it into the thick side of the pocket.
Was that Bedhead arrived? You're welcome to Bedhead. Well, at least Albie's got one fan in the lobby, or in the stream.
Well, I think he's got a lot of fans. One thing about Albin is he figured out how to get out in situations a lot of other guys would screw up. He plays tough racks well, and Nick's played some tough racks well. I mean, that's why these guys are so evenly matched. They both run out a lot. They both play tough racks. They both play safe.
Ball into the side. Was it what was it? 3? 3 balls gone. No.
Well,
here's
this
the
looks
combo.
like a short game.
Here's the combo.
He's got to be going for this.
Yeah.
And the smart thing to do here is try to figure out a way to get safe at the same time. Although, see, this isn't as easy as it looks because he can't play the 1 ball off the rail. He's got to go directly to the 6. And that makes the shot a lot tougher.
Welcome to Ravi. This is, I've given this a name. This is Popman Cam. Popman Cam, this is it.
So, you'd like to try to play safe at the same time in case you don't make this. It's a little tricky with the 4 and 5 there. He's got the 2 and 8 for blockers. Oh, he's going to play the carom. And I like that shot. I like that shot a lot because what he was able to do is play the 2-way shot. That was a better way to do it than going straight to it.
Well
that was an excellent shot.
Well, now we're into this little, moving situation as you talk about, Steve.
Yeah, and this is where, being able to kick, there are some kick safes here, but it's tough because he doesn't have an easy angle at it. He looks like he's
got to play this for left English, is he not?
He's trying to go 2 rails, and he got it. Yeah, he got it to shorten up enough.
Yeah.
And, in that situation, I think what he decided was, that obviously wasn't a controlled shot, but I think he decided that, he knew it was shortened up and it was guaranteeing him the hit, and maybe he'll get lucky because the kick safe was a delicate one where you were going to hit it fairly slow and try to get him on the 4 ball. I think that was probably a good choice. I mean, he obviously was confident he could hit it that way.
It certainly could have finished worse than this. I mean, this is not easy either way that Albinario goes for this.
Well, I mean, you don't want to give the ball in hand. Obviously, you got to kick safe, and in some situations, the speed you hit it, and the direction of the object ball is headed kind of dictates how you should hit it. That one, it looked like he was just trying to hit it at all costs and not really worried about where the balls were going.
Well, if he's cutting it to the left corner as well, he's got to get into the cue ball to try and see this too.
No, he's cutting it to the right corner.
Is he going the other way?
Yeah.
No, he is going to the left.
Oh, well, I was looking from the opposite direction. Sorry. I wasn't watching the stream. Yep.
Well,
we're a pair here, you.
Let's have a look and see what he decides here. I mean, this is Stubbs going for this. Cobler's going for this. And Nick's going for this as well.
And it's almost a free shot because if you come down table between the 9 and the 7, you've got the 2 and 8 as blockers. Speed wise, there is a 2-way shot here.
Oh, this
Well,
is going
he
to
hit that pretty hard.
this is going to finish nice, I think.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, he wasn't playing the two-wayer, but that was perfect.
Well, you just deliberately brush into the 8 just to come
Yeah,
off the
you
8.
just
This
brush
little,
off the
I
8
think,
ball.
yeah, and he's inside the 4, so he's got the angle to get around. He can go to the rail and in behind the 7 and out.
Yeah, this is natural.
Yeah.
Just a lot of top and go straight forward and let it go around. He's put a little English on it, which I'm not sure he needs, but you just got to make sure you get to the rail.
He's trying to hold it.
I didn't like that.
I'm not so keen on that, because you look at the line the cue ball's going. The line the cue ball's going there, and then if I hit the legs on it, it would have got out to there.
Well, you had to hit it with a lot of top to force it forward and make sure you got to the rail and past the 9 ball. If you hit it too hard, you could run into the 9. I would have gone around with that, but
well, he's happy though. He's happy.
These guys pocket balls so well in VP that a lot of times they'll play those kind of shots.
He's got to come up with something here, though. He's absolutely dead straight.
I always draw this to the end rail, and this is why. He got perfect.
Perfect.
See, I learned that shot watching Efren. When Efren gets in that situation, he's drawing it to the end rail. And the reason why is the speed's not so sensitive. Plus, if you run into the ball, usually you're going to come out good. Trying to get that speed perfect on that draw shot is tough.
Well, I just hope that, depending on the result in this, obviously somebody's going to have to go tonight, but if Nikk comes through this, don't anybody be underestimating him.
Oh no, like I've said from the beginning of this, I think Nick's as good as Cobra and Albin. I think he's one of the best players from what I've seen. I could be wrong because I haven't seen him a lot, but from what I've seen, he's really strong.
And he's on the 1. Oh, look at the way the 2 and the 1 are rolling together. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
they're absolutely glued together.
This sucks. I'd be pushing out. He may kick at this.
Yeah,
I'd be pushing out.
Combo.
I'd just push it over and maybe bump the 7 and leave a bank and if Albin gives it back, you shoot the bank.
Well, this is VP4. I think he fancies a kick here and making a combo here.
I don't like the shot. I mean, I don't think they're that close together. I think this can easily be missed because that 2 ball's got to run a long ways down.
Yeah.
Plus, he might have to put a little English on this to get the 1 score. I mean, I just think this is a bad shot to shoot at.
He might just be running onto it. No, well, absolutely nailed it.
Of course, it's not a bad shot when you hit it like that. that was right in the throat. Wow.
Well, my replay's broken as well now.
Well, I think he'll play safe here. Maybe he'll shoot the bank. The problem with the bank here is it's tricky getting on the 3 ball.
Yeah, the replay's goosed.
I think he's going to play safe here just because getting on the 3 is tough.
Well, he's going for it again into the corner. No, he's not. He's ducking for cover. He's caught me out there, but I don't think he's got there though.
Yeah, he didn't hit it hard enough. No. That was really the right shot. He just puts a little more speed on it, and he's got him. And unfortunately, he left the shot. A little more speed, and that 1's on the rail, and the Q's behind the 7.
Well, a bit of pressure on Albinario here because, he's 2 behind, and he's got a table where if he gets on the 3, he has to be out.
That was the right shot to shoot, though, because trying to bank that and get on the 3 ball, even if you're confident about making a bank, it was very difficult to get position on the 3.
It's just holding the line.
Yeah, and Albin's out here, and these guys, they're both going to punish you. This is why the break's so important in this match is that they're both going to run out so much. And really, in my book, the way I count mistakes, that safety Nikk played was a mistake. It I think it was the right shot to shoot, but it was a mistake because he didn't get safe. He left the shot.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh my God.
Oh dear, let's see if the replay's still broken. Yes.
What a replay of that last
Boy,
shot.
that was a huge miss. And the interesting thing about watching these matches is, we watch matches and guys miss. It's like no big deal. Or in this match, it's like a huge deal because there's not going to be very many balls missed. Now, he's got to be a little careful he doesn't draw this cue ball back into the corner. He may decide to go forward with this, which I think is a little safer. Although, not that you can't scratch going forward, because you can. See what he decides, whether he wants to go forward or back.
Well, we've now got 27 viewers. Obviously, that's a mix of Twitch and YouTube.
He's going forward.
Oh, he's going to catch the point. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
He hit it good, but...
Well...
And this is tough in VP. I mean, you almost have to shoot this. It's so tough to play safe. Now, he may decide to play safe. The bank isn't... Well, he's going to cut this.
Well, he's got to get this pure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him for shooting at this because it's just... the thing is it was such a tough bank. Now, this bank isn't that tough. I would expect Albin's going to shoot this bank.
Yeah.
The other bank was a lot harder. I think this one he's going to shoot.
Is it going?
Interesting.
Yeah.
He shot that with a little kill English too. That was that's a one pocket shot. That impresses me that Albin knows how to shoot that shot. He killed the cue ball with a little inside English on that, which makes the bank harder. Well, that's
back to within one.
Nikk had a golden opportunity, and I know why he went forward with that 8-ball shot, because he didn't like the fact that it could scratch and that he felt like he had a better chance of getting out, and then he caught the titty, and that was it.
Well, this is not finished great. 7's a blocker. I don't think he's cutting that into the corner. I think he's got to run for cover.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, the safety looks fairly simple to me. Overcut the one to the rail, get it onto the short rail, and duck up the table. You're not leaving a bank on. Well, you might be leaving a bank on between the 9 and 5.
Well,
but it depends
if you're
where
going to cut the 1 ball, you can play the 9. You can play the billiard on the 9 if you're going to take a cut on the 1 ball there. He's going to take it straight down the table, Melee. It's a little tricky getting by the 7.
He went for the cut. Wow.
And he hit it great.
I didn't think that was cuttable at that angle, but anyway, what do I know?
Well, it was. I mean, and you depending on what the table is playing like, on a tight table, guys aren't going to go for that. But on a table like this, in real life, you'd see guys shoot at that shot.
Well, this is tight. I mean, he's got half a pocket, and he's got no room to manoeuvre whatsoever. I don't think he'll go for this.
Oh, he's going to play the combo, isn't he?
Is he lining up the combo?
I would imagine. I think he can shoot the combo. I can always never tell going by balls, but I think he'll shoot the combo here.
Looks touch and go. He can get enough of the 2. But again, what do I know?
Well, I'm just guessing because every time I think you can't get by the ball, you can. So I was guessing, okay, this probably goes by the ball. And it's going to be 5 apiece.
Oh, there's a fair bit of sarcasm going on in that chat there, Steve. I hope you're not reading it. Look at what Cobra said. It took however many. It took 8 racks before 1 pocket was mentioned.
New record. Well, I mean that kind of shot is
Yeah.
a shot that one pocket players shoot
Well,
a lot. Now I shoot that shot in 9-ball, 10-ball a lot because I shoot it where if you miss the bank, you hit it at a speed that the object ball's coming down around the center of the table, hopefully not right in front of the side pocket, and you're killing the cue ball over to the other side rail. So it's kind of a two-way shot where you're if you don't make the bank, you're leaving a tough shot.
a lot of the time in one, now I don't play one pocket, but I know when I did play some of it, I was using a lot of that just to kill it into the corner, the opposite corner, and hold the cue ball there as a safety.
Well, I'll tell you this, a lot of guys in real life don't shoot that shot. I mean, I do, and I've seen a lot of good players do it, but a lot of people shy away from that because it makes the bank shot harder.
Yeah, of course, because you're having to compensate for the tweak of the cue ball. Well, you've got to be confident enough to play them, though.
He's probably firing away at this because he's on a roll. I think he's feeling pretty good.
5 apiece.
Now this is a little tricky getting on the 3-ball. We'll see what he decides to do.
Welcome to traveling TT.
Oh, he's going to bank this, I think, and draw the cue ball back. Maybe try to even make the 9.
He's not found the line this time. Now, how's his luck? He might be okay here. I think he's got away with it. Yeah.
Well, I think you can jump this, but anytime you start getting out the jump cue, it's a long ways over that 8.
Now, well, I don't think you can. I mean, there is barely an edge of that 2-ball showing, and he's too far behind the 8, so he is going to jump. He's going to have to lower the angle of his jump cue, though. I don't think he'll make this. Then again, I might be wrong again. Because this, if it doesn't get the flight, well, he has got it. He went all out for the pot. And now he's left Albie a choice here.
Well, Albie's going to cut this 2-ball in and run out. I can't imagine he's not going to. It's just too easy a shot on this table.
Yeah. All the way. So, is this Albie in the lead for the first time? Somebody's paying attention. Cobra will be paying attention. He'll know.
I believe this will be Albin in the lead for the first time. Yeah, Albin's playing very aggressively, and so far it's done him well. Both these guys are playing pretty aggressively.
Well, of course, again, the obvious thing is having the angle to make it simple for the cue ball to get top side of the 8 into the side. I don't believe he's going to play a combo. He's not going to do anything daft like that. He's going to get the cue ball up table. Anywhere over on the top right-hand side will do nicely.
Yeah, he can just go forward to the right English. He's going to go back, which is fine too. Just got to get it down here.
Well, is Albie coming good at the right time in this match?
I played that forward shot with right English just like that on a diamond and bar table and went in the side pocket, which is impossible to do on any 9-footer I've ever played on. I couldn't believe it.
Well, now the shoe's slightly on the other foot at the moment. It could be. Well, the 1's gone, the 8's gone. He's got no great shot in the 2 because this is nailed to the rail.
And this is where this is really nailed to the rail. This is where you need to play a good safety. I would be
not frozen.
I would be trying to put him on a 7-ball here. And you know, the trouble here is you could leave a jump shot. It's going to be hard to get the 2-ball in a position where, you know, it's not going to be out in the open.
Yeah. You know, the bonus here is getting cover behind the 5 or the 7, and I think the pace looks good. I would settle for that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
And I don't think he can get to the rail to kick this in, or to kick it the 2. I don't think he can.
Well, he's got to kick, but he's got to go the other way. And if I was going the other way, I would hit this short of that side pocket. That's the line you got with English, and go another 2 rails into the back of the 2.
Yeah.
Because that's just a very natural shot. He's looking like he may try to jump this.
He's trying to go to the rail and kick it.
No,
from behind.
Well,
I think
right now he's lining up straight at the ball.
Is he? I don't.
Yeah, like he's going to jump it. If he's going to this rail, I don't think he can. He'd have to masse it to go that way.
No, I don't think he can. He's convincing himself he can get down this rail. I don't think he'd make it down the rail.
He can if he masses it, but that's a hard shot. I would be going the other way. He's going to try to spin it. I don't think he can spin the ball either.
First of all, the side pocket's in the way.
No, he is going to masse it. Yep, that's what he's trying. He's going for the banana. Now, this is all speed here, because you hit it too hard, it doesn't curve soon enough. You hit it too easy, it curves too soon.
Well, he's got the hit.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Well, that was unlucky.
Yeah, we're totally out of sync.
But, you know, I mean, that's what's going to happen. I mean, Albin played a good safe, and that's what's, you know, he's getting a reward for it. You know, Nikk had to do an uncontrolled kick at the ball, and oh yeah, red label ones play ridiculously short, but the bar tables play a lot different than you know, this one that I did that shot on was a blue label diamond bar table, and the blue label diamond big tables play a lot different than the bar tables. The red labels I hate. I don't even want to play on those things.
Well, yeah, this is one way of really finding out what Nick's made of, because he's looking odds on that he's going to be 2 behind.
Yeah, and you know, you got to give Albin credit. When Albin was down and stuff, he played real solid. You know, he's had a couple things go his way, but you know, Nikk really hasn't done a whole lot wrong in the last few games. The only thing I can recall was him playing that safety that he didn't get there on. Other than that, he's played pretty damn good, and he's, you know, he's lost 3 or 4 games since then. But this is what you want to see in these matches, you know. It's like somebody's going to take this match. The other guy's probably not going to lose it. I mean, there's been very few mistakes.
Yeah. So, 7-5 to Albinario with the break.
Yeah, and his break's been pretty good this match. I mean, he's breaking and making balls, seems like, every time.
Well, the 4-ball wasn't going in, but it got kicked in off the cue ball.
Yep, and he's got a shot, and
nice angle to go on the 3. Yeah,
he's got to get to the 2-ball. It's not the 3; it's the 2.
Where the hell's the 2?
The 2 goes in exactly one pocket.
I can't see the 2. Where is it?
And that's gonna be hard to get to.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's why I couldn't see it. It's hiding behind the 6.
Yeah, this is tough. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's got a pretty good safety play, running the 1-ball down to the rail behind the 2-6 and trying to get him on the 8. I'd probably do that, because getting on this 2-ball is, you know, and any place you can even get a piece of it, the safety, it will be harder than the 1-ball. Now, he went the other way. I don't like that way. I would have made the 2-ball go angled with a little bit of right English, angled down to where behind that 2-6 and tried to put him on the 8 ball. I think that was a more guaranteed shot than the one he played.
Well, this
But
is
the
going to
good
be...
news about this is that there's no easy way to get on the 2
No,
again.
that's the interesting part about this rack, about how this 2 ball is going to get dealt with.
And I think he was playing the 9 ball
Yeah,
there, which was
yeah.
a smart play. And if you're Albin, you play the 9 ball here too, because you know the 2 ball is just in such a crappy position.
Yep, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be trying to run this on a line up to that 9, catch the rail in the 9.
You can play the combo, then try to get on the 2, but it's a lot better, I think, to run at the 9 in this situation. Yeah, well, I mean, Diamond was the rails were just too low. That was a big problem with them. That's why they bank so short on the red labels. I mean, the blue labels still bank shorter than the Brunswicks, like you were saying, but
well, this looks good. This looks good.
That's an excellent shot.
And he's got the cover.
There's still some red labels around.
Well, if he's going to try and get to the 1, I think he's got to spin this with right English, is he not? I don't think the line is ideal there to get to this 1 and 5 off this long rail on the left. My eyes tell me that he needs a bit of English.
Yeah, he's got to put some English on it. But I mean, this is certainly doable. I mean, Albin played a great safe and came out actually pretty crappy here. That's a pretty big ball, that 1 ball. I mean, I'm not saying you can't miss it, but I think it's hard to miss.
He's inside it. He's caught it though, but he's left it on. But I mean, I've nothing to worry about now unless let's have a look at this 2 from this side.
Well, you can make this 2 in the pocket by the 9. I mean, if he can hit this 1 ball and slide past, the biggest problem with this shot to stun it past is the side pocket and the titty on the side pocket. But
that's what he's going for, I think. No, he's going the other way, trying to bump him.
Yeah.
No, now he's in trouble.
Yeah, he took a chance and it didn't work out. I mean, I'm not saying that's a terrible shot to shoot at, but it's definitely taking a chance when you shoot that kind of shot. I mean, really, you think running into that 6-2, you'd come up with something besides this. I think that was a little bit unlucky that he ended up just like that.
Well, he's got the jump stick out.
Yeah, and this is why I don't like jump sticks again. I wish they would ban jump sticks from pool. I really would. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think he was clutching at straws there to get that jump.
Well, Nikk has got what he needed, which was a game gifted to him, because he gets down 8-5 in the race to 13. You know, not that you can't come back from that, but it's starting to get tough. He really needed to get a rack.
You're just looking to see where's best to start here.
This is interesting. I would hit the 2, come off the side rail behind the 6 out, and shoot the 3. I would not be doing this. But he's comfortable doing it. He played it the right way to run through. I mean, you know, not everybody's going to play everything the same way. It's hard to really say that's wrong going forward that, because going forward is more guaranteed than anything else.
You know, there are times you'll see a shot slightly differently, but the most important thing of all is getting that done and then doing the rest of it and run it out.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a bad way to play it. Let's put it this way. I mean, you know, just because I'm not going to do it that way, and you know, maybe 9 out of 10 players don't do it that way, but somebody does, and it's fine. I will tell you that not enough players with ball in hand take a shot where they can just roll forward. I mean, because I see people get ball in hand and start drawing it all the time when they could just roll forward.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come back with a little bit of left English here. That's what I would be doing.
Get bottom side of the 8.
Yeah. Just because the angle's a little funny.
You just
Just
bail it
like
out.
that. Just to come out and have this shot.
Well, back to within 1. And with the break, anything can happen.
Well, the crazy thing here is one of the players that I would consider a favorite to win this tournament is going out after this match. So that's good for the rest of the field.
Well, nothing's going, and no shot for Albie.
Well, I don't think he'll kick at this. I think there's a push out coming. So this is where you have to decide how am I gonna push out and
push out in between the 8 and the 6 and leave an edge of the
You're gonna push out to something
like that.
thin, or yeah. Now that's not a bad push out because what he's done is he's tied the 5 up.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that even if he gets me safe here, there's no guarantee he's getting out.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's again thinking ahead, and
this shot's a little tricky. You want to hit this a little left English and kill this. And he tried to hit it thin, and that's not bad actually because he hasn't left a big piece of the 1.
Yeah, but Albie's got a target. He's got a target.
But this is tough because of where the 9 ball is there. It's tough to avoid that 9 ball. There's a good chance.
It looks as if he's trying to. He is going to go thin. I think he's going to try and come up and miss it.
What you can is hit this with a lot of right English and bring the 1 straight down the table.
Yeah, he's trying to get up to the corner.
He missed the 9 ball. He got it nice and thin. Now that's a good shot. Yeah.
Well, he was looking to duck in where the 5 and 8 are. That's where he was aiming for, I think.
I think you can kick behind this with max right English if you want to. Just miss the 1, max right English, stop the cue ball and send the 1 ball up table and maybe get him on the 4, but at least stop the cue ball there. The only problem with that shot is that if you don't get behind the 1 ball enough, it might not be good. Because you need to spin it where it hits a square. He's going outside on this. He's going to hit it thin and cut it to the right. Oh, he got a lot of ball there. Well, he's got the cue ball on a pretty good line. Yeah, he just got too much of the 1 ball there.
Well,
again, it's not any kind of easy shot here. I mean, Albin may shoot at this. This is another one of these back cuts. We've seen both these guys make them.
No.
Albin's just going to try to get behind the 9, and he's not going to get there.
No, he hasn't hit it.
And that was a tough shot because, you're trying to hit it thin and control the speed, and that was a tricky shot to get safe on.
Now, would Stubb spin this cue ball and try and bump the 5 and 8 and get lucky that he'd still be in the 2?
Boy, I wouldn't do that.
No.
I mean...
I'm just thinking in Stubb's mind, though.
Yeah. He might do it at Stubb speed, and, you can blast this into him. I don't like those shots because they're too unpredictable.
Common sense has prevailed.
Now, if the 3 ball was sitting in a better position, this might be an opportunity to at least drop back into the 8, but the 3 ball's not sitting very good.
But it's got an angle to go over to the 3, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is that he can go to the other side. But if the pocket was open there where the 7 ball wasn't there, you could try to draw this back into the 8 ball. 3 ball's a little high for that. I mean, the problem you got is that you need to have a...
He's good now, Steve, because he's got an angle to bump the 5 and 8, but then again, he's still not on the 4. I mean, he'd be wild to do this now.
If he hits this with speed, he's going to come out across the table and be okay. he just doesn't want to hit the 5 ball super square.
No, he's staying
He's
away
not
from
going to
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I think the smart play here is that
Oh, he's going for the 4-9 combo. That's what he's going for.
he may.
Or is he?
You can play a wicked safety on this 5 ball. You know, you get the cue ball in the middle of the table, and you just shoot
bump
a
it
stop
around the
shot on
angles.
that 5 ball and go 3 rails and lock them on the 8.
And not pot the 5.
Yeah, and he may be playing for that. I mean, the thing I like about this guy is he seems like he's got a plan. Like when you got to that table for the very first shot that you had where you had a chance to do something, it's like, you should have a plan.
What a shot. I don't believe he played the combo into the corner. I believe he played the bank.
I don't think so either.
I believe he played the bank. That was excellent.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but whatever he did, it's in.
Listen, if that was me playing, I would have played it.
Yeah, of course. Well,
I would have kept you all guessing. Look at this for a break.
Yeah, except he didn't come up with a wonderful shot from the 1 ball. This is tricky. So I would expect him to cut this 1 back against the 2 and try to put it on the 7 because he's got the 4 ball too. So this is just hit it thin with a little bit of English, get it to open it up, and try to put him on the 7 ball.
Or the 4.
Well, he's got the 4 too, so it was, he left the edge of the 1 though, unfortunately. He just hit that a little too hard. I mean, it was a good shot, just a little too much speed.
Stubbs just going to blast all, and that's what Stubbs going to do.
And that's why Stubbs going to lose. He just said it. He just told everybody how he's going to lose. Well, he's got a chance to go behind the 2 ball here, spin this down behind the 8 and 9 and maybe the 5. I think that's what he'll do is hit this 1 ball thin with right English and go behind the 2. This is just a touch shot. The English is going to put more speed on the cue ball. It's amazing how far you can get the cue ball to spin down the table with English. And let's see, is he going to get him? It looks like he's pretty good. Did he get there? No, he did not.
Nope.
Boy.
Well,
he just needed a teeny bit more speed, and he was good, and he didn't get it.
It might be turning again this match.
That was a very good shot. It just,
I mean, it was only about another inch and a half, and he would have had to cover.
I mean, a pool is tough. I mean, that was a well played shot, and he just didn't get it.
Right, who is watching this in the UK? Whoever there is watching this in the UK, do me a favour, go to ITVX and bring up ITV4 and tell me what's happening in the snooker, please. I need to know, because that's where I'm heading after this match. If I can still catch some of it.
I'll see where he decides to put this cue ball for the 5. I'm interested in seeing what he does here. Well, I think he's going to go forward and down past the 9 ball.
Yeah, I'd be heading up there past the side pocket.
He's going to go around the corner here and get closer.
Let's have a look.
He's not going on the other side of the 9. Not the way he's hitting it, I don't think.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, now he's changed his mind. Now he's going on the other side of the 9, which I think is the right shot because you get the good angle coming back to the 7.
There we go. Up past the side pocket.
Hit it a little bit.
He's got enough angle to just get it working. Yep, that's fine.
He's going to have to draw straight back.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a little further down so he could come off the side rail. The biggest problem with this shot is avoiding the 9. And there is a corner pocket down there, so you got to be a little careful with this. He's going to try to cut this in the left side of the pocket. Go by the 9. No, he went straight and came up. That's a good shot. That's really well played.
Yeah. Well, he could do the same again, or he could go up the short side, whatever he's comfortable with. The short side looks easier to me because you're running and it's sort of line up towards the right side pocket. Let's see if he's brave enough.
Yeah, I would shoot this on the short side. We'll see what he does. He's going to come back.
Yep.
This is fine too. You know, you just got to make sure that you get into it enough to get short of the side pocket.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks for that repetition.
He overhit it. The line was good, but he overhit it. And
overcooked it big time.
And that was the problem with going that way. That's why I kind of liked your shot better, Hugh, going to the short side, because he could have rolled it with that shot where he's hitting it that way. It's a little bit less indeterminate. Oh, he almost rattled that one.
Never a doubt in it. Well, his performance is getting stronger and stronger. He's 8-7 up.
He's played real good the whole match. So is Albin. I mean, this is two guys that are playing, you know, very strong matches. I mean, this is what we wanted to see.
It's blow for blow at the moment.
I think we've seen more good matches in this World Championship than anyone that I can remember.
That's what I was saying the other night there, Steve. I said I think that the standard and the quality that we've had in a lot of these matches has been far better than what I've seen in the past.
Well, I think, you know, we've got one new player, Nikk, but I think a lot of people have gotten better. A lot of people have worked on their games. They're running out better. They're playing safe better. They're kicking better. I mean, I think overall the VP players are getting better.
Well, he's a bit short in the 3.
Yeah, that was. This is not where you want to be. I mean, this is doable, but, you know, if you come up short on this, you can hook yourself with the 5. There's a side pocket. If you hit it too far, you can miss the ball. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff here. It doesn't look like he's put enough draw on this. He's only got English on it. I think he needs to put a little more draw on it.
Oh, he's going to be hooked.
He needed to see how high the cue ball is. He needed to draw that more, so he came out more towards the center of the table. He may have been thinking, man, I don't want to go in the side pocket, but you know, the further up you are, the less likely you were going to get past that 5 ball.
Well, he's going to have to get lucky here.
Yeah, and that was not a controlled. That was not a controlled kick.
The 7 ball
and hope
almost went in.
Yeah, and you know the only good thing about this for Nikk is that Albin may not get a shot on the 4. I think he's going to want to hit this pretty firm and get the 4 ball come out for the corner or other side pocket. I'd be hitting this with some speed. Make sure the 4 ball comes out. Yeah, see, I don't like hitting it this way. Boy, I'll tell you what, on tighter pockets, there's no way that was going in. But he got it in there. Good shot.
Well, that'll stun out behind the 9. I know he's just soft spinning it.
Yeah, he's out. So it's going to be 8 apiece there.
Well, my call still is valid. 13-11 to Nikk. Well, I haven't. One thing I can say to you, Semi-Pro, you sent me that WhatsApp. I haven't said anything to anybody. I've said nothing to nobody.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Be afraid of the guy that's sick. And not because he's going to give you a disease. I mean, I've won matches when, I'm old. It gets to be 2 or 3 in the morning. It's hard for me. And I've won matches. I beat a guy. I had to double dip him. I double dipped this guy. When I told my friends, I go, I don't think I can win this because I don't even think I can win the first match. I'm so tired. I end up double dipping them. You know, you just never know. You got to go play and hope for the best, even when it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to win. You might.
So 8 apiece. Well, does he want to thin cut this or bank
Oh
it?
yeah, he's shooting at this. I think he'll thin cut it, but I could be wrong. I'd probably thin cut it. You know, try to control it by running it at the 3 ball. Chances are you're not going to get hooked, but I mean you are taking a chance. I think the bank is more controlled, and he may choose that because he's that kind of control player. The bank is going to run on a line right between the 2 and the 9, so it's really a better shot if you're confident in the bank.
Well, if he gets this and gets on the 2, you got to say he's out.
Yeah, he's trying to decide whether he wants to run this cue ball thin at the 3. The problem with that shot is you got a 5 there you could hit. You've got a side pocket. He's probably going to decide to bank this. And the good thing about the bank is that you can get safe off this shot. The cut is risky because it's harder to predict where the cue ball is going to end up being. But you would try to run into the 3 if you were going to cut this, I think.
Well, he's got the cut. He's going to be locked behind the 9. He's locked behind the 9.
That's the problem with that. You know, the bank shot's just the one where it's easy to get position, but you know the shot's harder.
Now, was that unlucky, Steve, or was that unlucky?
No, you know, I think he should have run the ball at the 3 with more speed and tried to bump the 3 and get behind it, you know, and slide behind it. That line, it was going to be very difficult to hit past the side pocket, miss the 3, and get by the 9. And at that speed, you know, if you bump the 3 at that speed, you're probably hooked by the 9 no matter what.
Well, you've got the hit, and he might get away with this. And I think he's got away with it. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to cut that 1, you were taking a chance no matter what. And he took a chance, and it didn't work out, but well, that shot sure did.
This rack's swinging backward and forward here, and I mean, Nick's got no problem hitting the 2. I mean, this is an easy enough hit, but it's the outcome of it.
Yeah, well, he may
try to cut this past the 4. Yeah, trying to cut it past the 4. Trying to just catch enough of it.
Yeah, yeah. What is he doing here? Yeah, I think he's trying to kick this in. You're going to have to hit this with some speed to get it to come back across the table to get a shot on the 3-6.
Well,
it's going to go to the other side rail off this kick, given he hits it reasonably well.
Oh, that was a good effort. And he's unlucky.
And he's had a couple bad rolls this match. I mean, that's the second one I remember him getting that wasn't particularly good. And I think Albin's had 1 bad roll.
So, ball in hand for Albie.
Yeah, he's probably going to play for the combo.
Do you think so? I mean, it's a big space up table just to get up there and play the 3 into the side.
Well, he may try to play behind the 3. I mean, if I'm playing in real life, I'm playing.
Hang on a minute. He's got there. I was panicking.
Yeah,
I think he was running towards the 9.
No, he can shoot this in the side pocket and just stop it if he wants.
Well, who wants to call this match now? I'm calling it all the way. I'm changing my choice.
Well, my choice up front was no choice, but I said it'd be close. I'm sticking with that. You know, the thing is somebody may, you know, run out 5 racks in a row and it'll be 13-8, but in my mind, it's still a close match.
Yeah, you would you would look at this result on the bracket. You say, oh, well, I'll be one fairly comfortably in, but you know, you look at how this has gone, and there's still the potential that could happen. But it's anybody's guess.
Well, Alvin's going to be on the 9 to 8. So
Here, big sticking with 1370, Albie.
yeah, it's just like an engineer to figure out that kind of prediction there, Pig.
Well, here we go. Quite an important break this one.
Yeah, they're all important. You know, the way these guys are playing, every safety, every shot, everything's important.
And then we've got the line of balls again. He's got a ball in the break. And he's going to have a shot in the 1. He's got a shot in the 1. Now,
well, let's see what he decides to do here. He may try to draw this back and shoot the 3 in the same pocket he's shooting the 1 in. Let's see. The 3-9-8, that 9-8 isn't really quite lined up.
it looks it from behind the pocket, Steve.
It's close, but it's not lined up. It's going to hit the end rail titty there. I think he'll bring this back, or he's going forward. He's trying to come back down table and get on it.
He needs English on it.
He's
going to run too far.
Watch out! Watch out!
Disaster! He's scratched.
Well, dear. You know, the idea was pretty good, but
well, I blame Hairpig there. Blame Hairpig, Steve. Look what he typed in the chat. He takes the blame. He said forward with right English, and Albinario.
There was nothing wrong with forward right English. Albin just overcooked the English. You just put too much on it. I mean, it wasn't a bad idea.
Well, I don't care. I'm just wanting an exciting match, and that's what we're getting. It all makes for the drama. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would have shot that shot in real life. I might have gone forward. I might have come back. It's hard to say. It's one of those, you look at it and kind of try to get a feeling of what you think is the best chance.
Well, he's going to obviously come down this side. Just got to get the pace and keep going past the side pocket. Left it a wee bit short. I would have much rather been there than there.
Yeah, this is fine.
He's a foot short for my liking, but then again, he's got no problem potting him.
Yeah, the way these guys pocket balls, it's not that big a deal.
9 apiece, race to 4.
Well, yeah, that was a huge scratch there for Albin. And yeah, that was definitely a mistake. He just overhit it.
And the
ball's in. He lost the cue ball low.
Well, that 4 ball just killed the 1.
He's got a shot, I think, but
he can cut it.
Not really the one you want.
He's going to run into this 4, is he not?
Yeah, it depends on the speed he hits it. He's probably gonna, unless he hits it pretty hard.
Well, if we can get this big shot, this in the context of the match, he's missed it.
He hit it at the speed where he could miss the 4, and that's the thing is, you know, he's recognizing that. He's recognizing I'm going to take it around the table and hit this with speed and miss the 4, which you know, it just shows he knows where the cue ball's going.
Well,
but
pressure visit from Albie.
The thing is you didn't have to shoot that. He could have pushed out. He could have played safe. You know, he went for it and didn't get it, and that ends up being a mistake. And you know, you can go, oh, well, that was a hard shot. How can you count that as a mistake? Well,
he had choices, didn't he? Yeah.
He had choices, and maybe none of them were that easy. But that's the way pool is. I mean, it's like you're
that's why it's bloody frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes nothing is easy.
Well, this is a little bit dinky. Just got to get across far enough.
Yeah, I mean, Albin's out here. It's going to be 10-9.
Now, this is another little dink. He's going to leave the bedhead cut, though, I would think. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he can drag the pace off the cue ball here if he wants. Yeah.
This is just a little right English.
But he didn't need to. Touch is good. Well, now the advantage to Albie. He's going to have the break. And he can run for the finishing line here if everything goes according to plan. Well, I've enjoyed this match, even though it's not over yet. I've certainly enjoyed it.
Oh, this is a great match. I mean, we've seen really good pool the whole match. There's been very few mistakes.
Here we go. Albinario with a 1 rack advantage, trying to build on it and race to that line.
If he can break and run out here, that really puts the pressure on Nikk.
He's trying, and the 1 is hanging.
Oh man, that's brutal. That was a good break. It just didn't make anything.
Oh.
So I think Nikk will just hit this on the right side, maybe a teeny bit of right English to come back.
Well, I'm going to say this now before he plays. I've not seen Nikk with a table like this where he's failed to get out in all the matches I've watched him.
Yeah. Well, he's playing this the right way. A little bit of left English, catch it then. Well, he took a lot of ball. I would have hit that a lot more delicate, but he's okay. What were you saying, Hugh? Well, I'm sorry I stepped on you.
No. What we're saying there is that in this situation where Nick's came to the table, the drive rate, the balls are open, I haven't seen him fail. Somebody can point out when he has done, but I have not seen him fail in any of these matches.
Yeah, well, neither one of these guys are making hardly any mistakes. That's why the mistakes are so huge. When you get a mistake, a match that's got 2, 3, 4 mistakes, every one is huge.
Well, I think it's important to say that because now he has to dish up. It's that situation where there's no backing away from it. You've got to nail everything, and this is a little touchy one for the 4 ball.
This is all speed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hit this kind of thin. He's okay though.
Didn't want to be on top of the 8.
Yeah, he's okay here.
Well, he might end up. I mean, he could just chicken out and roll to the rail and come out for the 5 long into the corner. He could bump it and come out into the side.
That's probably what he's going to do, shoot the 5 up another corner.
Yeah. Now he's the wrong side of the 5. You don't want to be really there. And he doesn't want to be going to the rail and bumping the 9, I don't think. You might end up ugly here.
This is a little touchy. You can definitely screw this up. He can always cut the 5 and then run into the 6, but that's how much of the 5 you take is going to really determine a lot on where the 6 goes. He's going to play it off here and just try to get the speed right.
He's played it well. Perfect. Played it perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a real precision control there because it's real easy to underhit or overhit that shot. I mean, that was beautiful.
He's bloody good, this guy.
Yeah, I think he's as good as the best players in this game, and he's showing it right now.
Cobra's sitting there thinking, you're right, he's too good. But is he as good as me? Cobra's saying. Jamie Pro dealt with him. Might have to deal with him again.
Yeah, let's put it this way: ain't nobody's gonna like playing this guy.
No. That was well done under pressure. 10 apiece.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Is he plays good under pressure.
Yep.
Not only is he good, he's good under pressure. Well, this is a huge break. I mean, the closer we get to the
7 ball in the side, 5 ball in the corner.
And he's got a shot. And the 2's good. Yeah, he should be out here. We say that. I'm not trying to curse him, but I mean, this is a really good table.
Well, like I say, he hasn't let me down yet.
Yeah, well, this is simple. This is just draw the ball to the side rail. He looks like, there he goes. Yeah, and you got to expect he's running out here. I mean, neither one of these guys is going to mess up this kind of table much. Why is he going that way? Because I guess he wanted the angle on the 4.
No.
I probably would have backed that up just because you hit that little funny. You can bump the back of the 3, but
now what do you do here, Steve? Do you try and get try and get fancy, get up top of the 4 and take it into the side, or do you just take what you've got and come back out and take it long?
If it was me, I'd shoot the 4 in the side every time.
Yeah. See, he's
And
just bailing out now. He
yeah.
has to have the angle
Well,
now, though.
Yeah, this is the
He's got
reason
it.
why I would shoot the 4 in the side, because now he's got to go forward, come off the rail, and come back for the 6. I mean, it was just the line you could run on was good for getting 4 in the side.
But I think we're going to have to learn not to question his choices, because he seems to be getting there more times, more often than not. He's going to take some of the 8 here, is he? No, he's fine, absolutely fine.
A lot of that's just preference. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the way he played it. I know for me, I probably would have played it the other way, but there's nothing wrong with the way he played it.
Well, my 13-11 is still on. Still could go all the way as well. I'm backing myself both ways here. Just thought I'd lay that out there straight away. Well, this is strong and getting stronger.
Well, that was a huge break and run, and here we go with the break again, and it's not looking good.
And it's not looking good as far as a shot for Albie, although he can certainly duck for cover here.
Oh, well, we have safety coming here.
Now,
the thing you got to watch out for here, if you're going to try to sneak this behind the 5 ball, is not banking the 1 in the side pocket. You got to make sure you get the 1 on the line.
Yeah, he's going the other way.
Then I don't like going the other way. I don't like going this way.
Now you see that's run into the 5, so now he has to get cover.
That's why I don't like going that way, especially with jump cues.
Yeah, he's got the cover, and he's taking the jump out of the equation.
Yeah, the jump is pretty tough with this much distance.
Yeah, he's not jumping that. I mean, at best he'll jump to the rail to kick the 1 from the long rail.
Well, he's trying to jump it. I'm sure Albin was thinking that he was going to leave the 1. He had to know he was going to hit the 5, but he just figured this. Well, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. I mean, even as good as Nikk is, he's never going to jump that distance and miss the 3 ball. Well, here we go again. Big pressure for Albie. Good angle with ball in hand up to the 2. They're all there.
That was a little surprising he tried to jump that.
Well, it was a sort of desperate shot, wasn't it? Because he could have jumped to the long rail and kicked the 1. He could have done that.
I mean, he could have kicked at it, I mean, granted, it wasn't going to be easy kick, but what's better, a difficult kick or an impossible jump? Now, I can tell you in real life you could jump that. I'm not saying you can keep the cue ball on the table. You have to get the bounce into the 1 ball perfect, but you could have jumped that in real life. I don't know on VP if that jump cue you can get it to jump that far, but in real life you could have jumped that. And Nikk may not understand how far that jump cue goes. He may not have played with it that much.
This is just a little touchy dink just to get onto the 4.
Yeah, you'd like to get an angle back up table. Just kind of slide this over. And
he's got an angle. He's going to have to get a lot of juice on it.
He didn't get the angle he wanted is the problem.
You're going to have to juice this
forward
up.
Kind of sucks. He's going to have to play to the short side, I think. If you're going to go forward, it's possible, but it's tricky.
Well, that 9 ball's sort of in the way, is it not?
Well, you go forward with right English. I think he's going to try to go back. Let's see what he decides.
I think he's
forward right English and try to check it and come back up, or you're going to try to spin this with draw back up to the low side, the short side, draw in a little right English. When and there's a corner pocket there, there's a side pocket there. He's going forward with the right English was the shot I was talking about, and it's
I
think he's going to be okay.
I don't think
I think he's okay.
I don't think he can get enough of it to cut it, Steve. He can certainly hit it, no problem, but he can't get enough of it to cut it. He's going to have to spin.
I think maybe he can't. I think he can, but maybe he can't.
No,
I mean,
that's the semi-pro waggle. He can't get to it.
That was a tough shot he was playing, that way. I mean, he didn't have an easy shot. He just, he took a situation where he knew he had to get below that 4 ball, and he
Now,
Didn't do it.
what about a bit of right English and just stun this up the table and just try and hold the cue ball somewhere near the 7? You know, I don't know whether he can do that.
You could even try to get it on the 7. I mean, it's just, there's not much cover besides the 7. Run this 2 rails at the 6 ball, and he's going to try to jump it, which these kind of shots are hard to jump just because it's hard to keep the cue ball on the table.
Well, here we go. He can certainly get to the cutting angle with the jump. And he's going to come out beautiful here. He's come out very nicely indeed.
Nice shot there. Well, he took a chance and he got away with it.
Well, a pressure shot by Albie. So these 4 remaining balls. And of course, the important one's just getting on this 7 immediately.
Yeah, well, he's not going to mess this up. This is just a standard kind of shot. You know, see the line into the rail?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what good players do, is they run the cue ball on good lines. And, you know, when you run the cue ball on good lines like that, the game's easy. Because you're always in line. When you run on bad lines, the game gets hard.
And needs to run out, and it's opening out, and that will do. And we are tied again.
Yep.
11 apiece. So now Nikk has to win the last 2 for my prediction to work. But Albie's having the break though. And
well, my prediction's already working. I said close game.
Well,
you notice I don't usually commit to score.
Albie might well run out from here.
Well, he could. I mean, last time Nikk had a chance, he broke and ran out. You know, he won the game, broke and ran out to get up, and now Albin may do it.
Yeah,
well,
the 3
rack
balls
didn't come apart good.
3 balls in the line again, and the 2 ball thought about it.
Yeah, well, maybe it might be good that 2 ball didn't go in. I think he'll probably jump this and try to play the
billiard.
Yeah, I mean
that one. Or
well, he can kick at it.
Yep, he's got the line to get there. He might have to just tweak it with a little bit of left.
Yeah, I like the kick better. The kick's more guaranteed than any kind of crazy jump shot.
Now Stubb jumps into the room. Nuclear Forces cousin is here. Albie, you'll FCK. Just at the wrong time. And he has played it, but the English has done him. The English has done him. He's got too much on it. So ball in hand. Stubb will be back into the stream in a minute. That's him kicked.
Well, that was a key shot there. How did he miss that ball? I didn't see how he missed the kick. I was too busy kicking Stubb.
Like I said, Steve, he had to play a bit of left English to make the line, and he got too much on it, and it ended up coming down short.
Oh, he went short. Okay.
Yeah, and well, Albinario has his chance to get to the hill. All of those balls don't need touching; they're all there. And this is
yeah. Well, this is a little tricky here. This is a little tricky.
Got to keep going. And he hasn't. He wanted to be over there.
Yeah, this is interesting. The problem is if he goes forward into the 9, it pushes the 5 towards the pocket, but the cue is going to come off the 9 and go to the other side rail too, which is not good. He can try to soft draw this. He wanted to be over a little more. I think he might be able to soft draw this with English. Even if he brushes the 9 a little, he's probably okay. And I think that's what he'll try to do. Soft draw it with a touch of left English. A little brush in the 9 won't hurt him, I don't think. Okay, well, maybe it did. Well, believe it or not, I think this combo bank will go. And you say, well, it doesn't look like it's lined up right, but what's going to happen is the 5 ball is going to put right English on the 9 and hold it up. I believe this bank is pretty dead. But unless you play one pocket, you're not going to recognize these. You'd have to probably hit it with a little bit of speed, and that 9 ball will really hold up because of the right English on it.
Well, now, is he looking to cut the 5 onto the 9 to play the combo, or is he actually playing the bank? He now looks as if he's playing the bank.
He'd have to be he's playing safe.
Yeah, no, he hasn't certainly picked a line for the bank, and he's not got the cover.
He didn't get safe. Well, this is a little tricky here. I mean, in real life, I'd probably play the 5 ball straight down the table and try to hold the cue ball up, but I'm not sure that's a good shot on VP4 in this situation.
Well, this could be an all or nothing shot. I mean, he could reverse bank this and send a cue ball around the table as well.
I don't like that shot. Too hard to get on the 6 ball.
Big risky
too many
shot.
Balls in the way. You can try to thin.
He's going the other way, I think. Is he getting past the 9? No, he's going. Yes, trying to get past the 9. Absolutely perfect. Needs to keep running. Needs to keep going, and it's there.
Wow. What a shot!
What a
beautiful shot! Now the question is, how is he going to play this? You could play a little spinner where you hit this with a ton of left English and try to spin it around a couple rails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could try to run into the 8 ball. You could try to get the speed right going to the 9, which is what he's going to do.
Well, here we go. 3 more balls to be in the hill. And he's under pressure, but I don't see any signs of him blinking here. I don't see any stubbornism happening, like banging a ball and rattling it. I'm not going to tempt fate, surely.
Yeah, I think he's just going to roll this or kind of soft draw it. He's just going to play the 8 and the other. He could play the 8 in the same pocket.
Yeah, he could just come off the rail and back out. You know, just hit it. I mean, stroke it and let it run out.
Pocket, just like that.
Yeah, stroke it and let it run out. Yeah.
It's a more positive shot.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You know, just stroke the ball as you would normally and just let it run out.
Well, especially in real life, you know, you just don't want to, you know, you want to make positive strokes. On VP, you can get away with making dinky strokes. In real life, you want to make more positive ones.
And that's perfect. Well, my prediction is looking good at the moment, but it all depends on this break.
Well, this break obviously is huge because
here we go.
This break is obviously huge because
here we are.
This is going to be it if he breaks and gets a good table.
Oh, he's dry. I don't see anything going in, and Albie's got a shot. He's got a shot. I mean, it's dead thin to just drop this dead weight into the side.
Yeah, but the good news is he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball.
Yeah.
It's naturally just going to come back for the 2. All he's got to do is make this.
And then it goes. Now, he doesn't want to try and get clever here because he could end up looking an umpty. I mean, he's got loads of room just to pot the 2 and come up this side and go onto the 3 that way. He doesn't want to be going anywhere this direction, I don't think.
He looks like he's going to go forward and with right. And he's going to shoot the 3 in the corner.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Well, this is one you got to decide whether you're going to hold the cue ball or you're going to go to the side rail. Me personally, I'd hold it.
Yeah,
and that's what he's going to do. Well, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be hill, and big advantage to Albin because he'll be breaking.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of matches like that. I remember I'm playing a race the 7-10 ball against this guy Joey. What the hell is his last name? From New York, good player, and it's 6-5 him. And he breaks dry, and I run out to go hill with him, and I break dry, and he runs out, and I lose. You remember those kind of things, but you know, I mean, that's the way pool is you know, the break becomes huge.
Here, Pig says Corsiac.
Yeah, it was Corsiac, Joey Corsiac. That's exactly who it was.
This is well here, Pig. See you, Steve, because he's your memory bank.
He comes over to me after the match. He goes, "Man, I saw you out here with that long cue. My cue is a 69-inch cue." He goes, "This guy can't play with that cue." And he goes, "And then you didn't miss." I'd be like, "Yeah, but you won the match." Yeah, I played well, but I didn't win.
Well, just stun it in and leave the 8 into the opposite corner. Seems the order of the day here. There can't be a problem.
Yeah, So, here we go with a hill match. This is what we all like to see.
Well, it's now that you're glad that spot money is on.
Well, if it was up to me, we'd be playing 10-ball. Forget this 9-ball crap, but I know guys like 9-ball. Well, here we go.
Good luck.
This is a monster break here.
It had to go all the way, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I knew it was going to be close. I didn't know it was going to go hill, but these guys, I think, are very evenly matched.
Yeah. Well, 4 balls in, down, 2 balls in.
And it looks like he's got a shot on the 1, and he's got a very good table.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, this is...
The 4 and the 6 have gone.
You couldn't ask for a much better situation. I mean...
Here we go.
He's got to decide how he's going to play this cue ball, where he's going to put the cue ball. I mean, that's critical here. He may be playing for the combo or the 2 in the same corner, or it's going to be interesting to see where he puts this. And he's kind of played where he could do either one of them.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to play the combo. I think he still wants to play the cut.
Yeah, I think he was probably playing for the 2 in the same corner.
And again,
it was a little touchy shot. So, obviously he'd like to have something a little easier than this. But again, I don't expect him to miss it. I mean, the shape's easy. All he's got to do is hit this with draw. So, it's basically a nice positive stroke, pot the 2 ball, and you're going to be on the 3.
Big pressure. Oh, whoa. He hasn't got it now. How's his luck? I think he's heading in the gap. He's heading in the gap. And Nikk has got a shot. He's going to have to run into the 5 and leave the cut in the 3. I don't think he risked here doing anything else.
No, he's going to run into the 5, but the cut on the 3 is not going to be a difficult shot. And the 5 ball, he wants to leave this 5 ball sitting out in the middle. He doesn't want to put it on the 7, so he doesn't want to hit this too hard.
Oh,
boy. He took a chance there trying to get a better angle on the 3. That 5 ball could have locked up on the 7, but he got away with it.
The angle he's got in the 3, he can come back across for the 5.
Oh yeah, this is a standard shot. I mean, he should get good on the 5. This is pretty standard here. I mean, other than the fact of the pressure of this, he should be out.
Yeah. And he's got there absolutely spot on. Perfect little angle.
In these situations, there's a lot of pressure. So, I mean, somebody could definitely dog it, but I really don't expect him to. I expect he's going to run out. He's been good under pressure in the past.
Oh, well, this is, well, could you describe this as a shock? Not really, going by the way Alby's tournament's gone and how dangerous Nikk has become. And, we're not surprised.
I don't think this has anything to do with Albin's tournament. Albin played a great match.
Yeah,
I mean, these guys both played great. Somebody just had to win. It ended up being Nikk. It could have been either one of them.
Well, this has been excellent. Well, a lot of the guys in the crowd, in the audience, were calling for Albi, but Nikk has come through.
Well, I think after this match, there's going to be a lot more guys thinking this guy's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told them, I told them often enough. But that
was a hell of a match.
Excellent match.
That's probably the best match we've seen. It'd be interesting to go back and rewatch this and count the mistakes, because there was not a whole lot of them.
Let's have a look at the stats. Now, I need to get out my chair to find Nikk. There's that many bloody Nicks. There he is. And Albinario. Did I spell that right? Let's make sure I did.
Nikk. Yep.
Yeah, let's see if I can get him. There we go. What are we talking about there? Per turn. Nikk was better with the balls per turn. Break stats, let's have a look at that. Albinario 1. Nikk was just short of 1. Runouts from break 2 for Albi, 3 for Nikk. 1 break fell from Albi, 69%, and 80 or 66% was that for
both
Nikk.
Both of them broke pretty good, pretty close on the break. Neither one was exceptional, but both were pretty good.
Racks run 6 for Nikk, 2 for Albi, 3 for Albi, sorry.
3 for Albi.
And Racks high run 2. Well, you know, Nick's stats are proving that in the end that's why he won, but I mean it was only that.
Well, I thought Nikk ran out a little better. I thought rolls wise, I thought it was pretty close. I think Albin might have got one more roll than Nikk. I mean, it was close the whole way. I mean, they both played very well.
So now the match that's left on the bracket, that is, or on the schedule, is the one between Stubb and Semi-Pro. So that will be Saturday night at 9:15 British Summer Time, which is what's that? 4:15 Eastern, 1:15 Pacific. And hopefully Slim hasn't been around tonight, so
well, hopefully you can do it. I mean, that's going to be a great match. I mean, that's a blood match.
I'll watch some of it, but I won't be able to see all of it. I'll have to leave it.
I would have said Semi was a heavy favorite at one point, but the way that Stubb played the last match, I mean, if he can play the same way where he, you know, plays safe a little more and is real solid like he was, I mean.
Yeah,
it could be a very good match.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. I certainly did. I got my prediction wrong, but you know it had to go all the way in the end. And Albinario had a tough cut there. You know, there was only the one shot there that cost him really in the end. But Nikk held his nerve.
It wasn't a gimme shot.
No.
Although, you know, I didn't expect him to miss it, but you know, and that kind of pressure and stuff, it's tough.
Right. Well, have you got anything else to say, Steve? Because these guys
I do not.
Get away. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and anybody that missed it, tell them to go to YouTube. It's up there, or it will be once it's finished. Thanks all for watching. Take care. We'll bid you good night, and hopefully you can join One Pocket Slim for the match at the weekend, provided Slim's going to be available. And I'll see you again soon. Good night.
Yep. Good night, guys.
See you later.
Good night, ladies.
Hasta la vista, baby. Put 'em up, put 'em up!